I've been seeking validation ever since Pluto was still a planet. And trust me, it has ruined more than just my dignity. And the worst part, the people I was trying to impress didn't even care. More on that later in the video. So sit back and relax because we're about to get philosophical in here and a bit unhinged. Now, why should you listen to me? Or more importantly, why should you relate to me? Well, let's just say I've also been a victim of seeking validation. One time I would wake up and look through my Facebook notifications. Like I would check my notifications every single time, not just on Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, or Instagram. I would refresh it every time, and every time I see a notification, it's so dopamine inducing. The action of people liking your post, and even people commenting it like, hey, you look really good in that thong. It just feels so good. And then I realized, you know what? This isn't right. This is all just an illusion. So that's what I want to bring to you today. Maybe you're in the same boat as me, and so this video is perfectly for you, my boy. Now, the first thing we need to realize about seeking validation is, why do we even seek validation, Like, did it just spawn out of nowhere? Like, why do we need to seek validation? Well, my boy, here's the thing. Seeking validation is actually human nature. Because as humans, we are social creatures. Like, remember the quote, "No island is a man"? Yeah, that's a quote. You should base it off. Like, you can't survive alone. You need other people. That's why we want to seek validation, so that we don't get ostracized. Because back then, if you were alone, you would die, bro. You would need to be in a community to survive. But the point is, we are social creatures. We need each other to survive. The whole point of life is procreation. How do you procreate when you're alone? Like, it's kind of weird, like thinking like procreate with yourself. Like that doesn't make sense, like procreation with yourself. Like, you need someone. Now, outside of it being human nature, it is also a coping mechanism. Let's put it this way. Let's say your friend is getting bullied, alright? Now, as a way of coping, they validate themselves as if their bully is actually right. Your friend will think like, you know what? I'm probably a loser. I'm so pathetic, Yes, I deserve this. And then the bully will actually feel justified for doing whatever they did. They'd think, what the heck? Why should we even bully this guy? Like, he's such a loser and pathetic. Like, we shouldn't even do this anymore. Now, if you weren't bullied, then there was probably a form of invalidation or shame growing up. That's why you need to seek validation. Now, because of those reasons, you're not actually needy, my boy. It's just a product of the environment, like how you were brought up in life, like your upbringing. That's why you seek validation. And you know what? To be completely honest with you, it is not your fault that you are this way. But, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, it is your responsibility, alright? Later, I'll tell you how I stopped seeking validation and actually became a person I respected. But first, I want to emphasize, like, why is seeking validation actually harmful, An ample amount of validation is not that bad, But the moment when it becomes unhealthy, that's usually when, like, you're changing your entire personality to please that person. Not person, but actually like your whole social circle. That's when it becomes unhealthy. Like you're literally taking clay and putting it on your face. Like you're molding a face that doesn't even represent who you truly are. You're making a persona, my boy. And that in itself will get very self-destructive real quick, You'll have a literal personal identity crisis. Like you won't even know, like, hey, is this really who I am? You'd think like, have I been living a fake life throughout this entire time? That, my friend, can become very serious. That can lead you to think like, these people, they don't like me for me. They like me because I act this way. They like me because of the mask I'm putting in. Okay, like shout out to Dream, shout out to this mask, And sure, there are some benefits with wearing a mask. Like you can attract a preferred type of audience that you wish. Let's take Dream for example. Like he's wearing a mask, like shout out to that, the music he made, like I'll wear a mask. Can I even get back to the point? Like he was wearing a mask, right? When he took off his mask, he showed his face. Bro, he had to delete that video because people were backlashing him, like people laughed at the way he looked. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dream looks attractive, right? Hey, no homo. He's not even bad looking, but people who he attracted by putting up a persona, they all hated him because he wasn't the person they expected him to be. And that can become real serious real quick. Like you lose a lot of people. Stop trying to make everybody like you. Because I'm telling you right now, that is 100% what is going to happen if you put on a mask, alright? So don't put a mask, that's bad. You want to be authentic. Stop trying to make everybody like you, because like you can be the juiciest mango on the tree. And still, somebody will still say like, hey, I don't like mangoes. What are you gonna do now? or you can do everything in your power to make somebody like you, you know. You can change your personality, change your facial features, like put on plastic surgery, you know. But that'll be a lot of effort, you know. That'll just be draining of energy on your side. And you can't even guarantee if that person will like you if you change your personality or change the structure of your facial bone, like your cheekbone. The truth is, you can't please everybody, alright? And that's okay. For example, my channel. Hey, I see some people come and go, you know, like I lose subscribers now and then. But you know what? I'm not butthurt about it. I'm like, hey, thanks for coming along. But if there's something you don't like about it, hey, it's your decision. Get the fuck out of here. And if somebody actually joins, like they subscribe, there's probably something about my personality, something about my, like, the chin symmetry I have that made them, like, feel connected to me, you know? And that in itself, being authentic, you get more people to like you by being yourself, not the opposite. And hey, here's another truth bomb. Some people will misunderstand you, okay? That's the truth. Some people will misunderstand, like they will misinterpret like the way you act, but that's not your fault, my boy. You're not wrong, okay? You're not wrong. They're just not your people. And you need to find people who actually deserve you for who you actually are, right? Like if you're a people pleaser, you're low-key kind of manipulating, you know? You're manipulative in nature. Because when you're pleasing people, you're tricking them. Like you can go double check it right now in your math textbooks. Like that's literally the definition of manipulation, tricking people. So stop doing that, you know? Like nobody wants an inauthentic person, alright? Because let's be real here. You're not gonna be able to make everyone like you. You're supposed to be authentic, and naturally that will lure people that are actually right for you, that are way more loyal, and you will be leisurely not having the stress of thinking like, oh my god, are they gonna like me if they, like, you know, like, are they gonna like me if I show my true personalities? You're not gonna have any of that, because you know for a fact you're showing your true self right now, so they won't even, like, there's nothing to hide. And if you're in a rut like me, like you're always seeking for validation, like, oh my god, like look at this, all these like I got 100 likes on my post right there, like, shut the f up. Here's how to heal from it, my guy. Like, remember what I said before? Like, I would give you an advice. Bro, humbly, you just need to stop giving up. And you need to understand that nobody cares about you. Alright? I know that sounds kind of bad, you know, like, oh, what? Nobody cares about me? Like, but that's actually a good thing. Because it's freeing, you know? You don't have to constantly think like, hey, I need to be perfect all the time, you know, so that people will like me. As a matter of fact, why would you even think like people are always thinking about you? Like that's kind of narcissistic behavior, you know, like sure, if somebody has a crush on you, like they're thinking about you constantly, like, you know, then I guess that's kind of an exception. And when you go through this route of self-healing, without a doubt, some people will go, and that's okay. If they don't think that your real personality is intriguing to them, I respectfully let them go. Now, I'm gonna keep it real, healing will feel lonely at first. Why? Because you're finally sitting with someone you used to avoid, okay? And who is that? That is yourself, my boy. Sure, it might be lonely, but that's such a small price to pay for being free and being at peace with yourself. If there's anything to take away from this video, it's that the real people who actually love you, they'll adapt. And the ones who don't, well, sucks to be them, maybe they never saw you in the first place. Hey, if you're related to this video even a little bit, then consider subscribing, leaving a like, and leaving a comment on which part you actually like, you know? Because some people actually forget to subscribe, and so I need to put emphasis on this because I don't want you, like, you know, searching for my name again, like Affy on the YouTube void of videos. We're probably not gonna see each other again if you don't subscribe right now, so yeah. Anyways, with that being said, stay weird, stay wonderful, because it's your boy, Affy, signing out.